welcome in Meta fam and Happy New Year. Hope you all had a great time. And we are getting back to the grind because trading starts tomorrow and we're going to see all the information we have gathered up here. And I want to condense in here in this video for you. So first, huge shout out here to Copy and Paste for putting together this list here. And now this has only a couple of the brokerages on here, but this is a DTC brokerage list. And this is basically from John Berta. He was in a recent MetaFam chat on Twitter, and this is a list compiled of the information that he has given us. Now, as you see on here, we do not have Webull on here, and I believe we don't have TradeStation. But still, we could probably get those from him. He don't want to go over all 105 brokerages, but these are some of the ones that he found interesting that he shared with us on the MetaFam chat. TD Ameritrade of 53 million shares, Fidelity at 21 million shares, E-Trade at 13 million shares, Robinhood at 12.8 million shares, Questrade at 906,000 shares, BMO at 481,000 shares, CIBC at 370,000 shares, and that's right, Citadel, only 2,900. Now, I can't imagine many people have accounts at Citadel, especially any retail investors, so I can understand why that number is kind of low. And direct registers is 2.5 million. Now, the direct registers, if you don't know, that is basically individual investors. That's not saying like Greg McCabe and the whales and the big money like that. These are just individual retail investors that has direct registered. Now, if you look here, undisclosed, now that's a total of 104 million shares. Undisclosed is 61 million, and the total of Nextbridge is 165.5 million. For the unknown, for brokers operating in multiple countries, operating under multiple names, divisions, we're not sure what portion of their entire population the above number represents. TD Ameritrade, my tweet, John Berta said 53 million. He responded with TD Ameritrade. So there you go. Now, the question is, what happens? Let's say if old TD Ameritrade, the DTC only allotted them 53 million. So what happens if TD Ameritrade has 65 million, holders though? They have a discrepancy of 12 million and they need to get those reconciled, because if everyone wants to direct register their shares, ACAT with the AST, they have a problem. They're 12 million short if that is the way it is. Same here with someone like Fidelity. DTC only gave them 21 million. If they're 40 million shares deep, they're 19 million shares short, which means they have to reconcile that. So it's going to be interesting to see here now, because these brokerages are getting this information, guys. And we're going to see if emails are going to be coming, if the gray market stuff's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe people get direct phone calls. So have a game plan ready of what price you're willing to sell. Don't let them scare you. They're going to try every tactic in the book to scare you. They may come at you and say, like, it's $8 right now. Would you like to sell your shares? You'll say no. They may call you back and say, we can give you $9 now. Would you like to sell? You say no. They call you back an hour later. Well, now we can only offer you $5. Would you like to sell now because the price is going down? And try to scare you. Keep in mind, set your prices. Don't let them scare you into selling at a price you'll be unhappy with. If you're okay with selling at 8 or 9, please do what you feel is best for you. I didn't sell at 12, so I'm sure in the hell isn't selling for 8 or 9. I will get my shares registered with the AST. So wanted to point that out there. All right. My buddy Cable here tagged me and Jeffrey Irons on this post, and is kind of touching base here on this video. And it kind of makes us reflect. Now you can see this is a video that I did, and he got the screen grab from my YouTube channel. So thank you, Cable. And look at Jeff Mendel here, guys. Jeff Mendel is the vice president of the OTC markets. That's right. And hashtag FINRA fraud. He talked about our corporate action. Makes me think he knew what was about to happen and was hinting at it here. And he said, shout out to Jeffrey Irons and me for the content. So if you don't know, let's listen to the clip and let's reflect on what he says in this clip, guys, because there's something interesting we're going to touch base on out of this clip.
It's not something that typically happens, right? And also, just as far as from a corporate action standpoint, usually when FINRA announces a corporate action, it's like the night before, the day before, for something that's going to be deleted. And so, what is it? It's a week out, or not quite a week out, but a week out is out of the ordinary. And so we'll see how it trades for the next few days, but maybe something to keep an eye on.
No, and that's a great point.
Okay. So he makes a comment in there let's go back to it.
Standpoint. Usually when FINRA announces a corporate action, it's like the night before. As far as from a corporate action standpoint, usually when FINRA announces typically happens, right? And also just as far as from a corporate action standpoint, usually when FINRA announces a corporate action, it's like the night before, the day before, for something that's going to be deleted.
For something that's going to be deleted. Back on that actual FINRA thing, it said to be canceled. They didn't change that to delete it to like the next day or the day after. How did he know to use the word deleted? And FINRA currently had canceled. That shares were to be canceled. And literally a day or two later, they changed that canceled word to deleted. How did he know that? That's what I'm saying. He knew something was going on. I believe this gentleman has something to do with it. And he was right. Wild pricings, we were kind of excited. And it would have been if the U3 halt didn't come in, but we got screwed out of that. All right. Trading Secrets Alley here has a great post. Looks like the FINRA, Ari Rubenstein, and the New York Stock Exchange have history. A measly 9,000 fine for entering orders and failing to indicate that it was acting in principal capacity for these orders. Sounds like a history of deception. Here you can see FINRA proceedings, NYSE regulation versus GTS securities, October 25th, 2017. Here it says entering orders in the NYSE marketplace failed to indicate that it was acting in a principal capacity in orders, failing to establish and maintain supervisory system that was reasonably designed and achieve the NYSE equities. A $9,000 fine, and there it is for the respondent, Ari Rubenstein. Next page here. GTS securities violated Rule 7.33, entering orders into NYSE marketplace and failed to indicate that it was acting in a principal capacity for the orders. GTS securities insured a $9,000 fine. That's it? Like a slap on, like not even a slap, like a tap on the wrist, like bad boy, bad boy. That's a freaking joke. That is a freaking joke. That's why these people will break the law over and over, because if they get caught, they just get hit with this measly fine here of $9,000. That's the problem in the market here, guys. That is the problem in the market. All right. A little bit of news here regarding Fidelity. I do believe it kind of sucks, but I'm going to give my opinion on it. So you can transfer your shares to the AST if you pay $100 to Fidelity. Now, Adrian did this. I think it's a good idea. Now, I know it sucks that Fidelity's charging, but I believe I said this in one of the comments. Someone was asking, like, and I do believe it's a ripoff, guys. I do believe that. But if you look at it this way, these brokerages have been very shady right now, and I always talk pretty highly of Fidelity, but as of now, no. I don't know if any brokers that I trust right now at all. I can say so far, we'll see if they go through with it, but TradeStation has been pretty upfront. They put out that email, and I shared it with you all at the beginning of December, saying that if you don't do nothing, come here like January 2nd or 3rd, they will automatically transfer your shares to the AST at no charge. But Fidelity will do it, but they're going to charge you $100, and apparently it's going to take up to 4 weeks. So here's what Adrian said himself. Just got off the chat with Fidelity. I've started the transfer of certificates so they can be directly registered with the AST under my name. They charge me $100. The process could take up to 4 weeks per AST. There's no further action need to do. He has the screenshots in here. We'll blow this up. I'm going to deactivate make sure I get this here. All right, so let me deactivate my camera and we can just go over these. So here you can see over here is where he's starting. His name says hello. Yes, we confirm. They said they confirmed they got the Nextbridge certificates. And he says, I would like to start the transfer to AST. He says, I am aware of the $100 cost, right? The Fidelity rep says, thank you so much for holding. Chat with me. I have everything in front of me ready to process transfer. There's a $100 fee for the transfer. Had that and have that. Do you want me to start the process for the full position? Yes. So it does seem like no matter how many shares you have, it's $100 per the whole lot. So if you had 10,000 shares, they will transfer all 10,000 shares for the $100 because do you want me to process the transfer of the full position? So you'll be using my available balance for this, right? Yes. You don't have to liquidate any of my positions. Perfect. Go ahead. And then over here, scrolling on over. So they can be held AST Vault under my name. More than happy to process transfer. Correct. The fee is $100. Can use the money available in my account purchase power. Do I have to make a new payment? Give me a blah, blah, blah. Here it says, will I get any kind of email or notification in regards to the process? I have processed transfer. The transfer number is, they do give a transfer number. Estimated time is 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not sure on the AST side. You'll see the history when we send the shares out. And I do know that our buddy Gray has talked about this, and he has received a documentation from AST of getting those shares. So you will get something in the mail from AST that your shares go over, and you should have in your Fidelity statement where they transfer the shares out. Like I said, right now, if you plan on going 100% to Nextbridge, I know it sucks the $100. It really does. I think it's a big ripoff. I'm not happy with Fidelity right now on that. I don't know. I may consider paying the $100. I'm holding my shares in Fidelity right now in case there is any kind of possible gray market situation. I don't know what's going to happen. But if I have to, I'll pay the $100 and suck it up. Because I do believe that the value of Nextbridge is far exceeding this here with the amount of shares I have transferring over there. I know it sucks, but we just do what we got to do in this situation, and I'll have to consider possibly dropping Fidelity after this whole situation because, I don't know, it puts a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe they'll reimburse people the $100, and that'll make me feel a little better. But I don't know. Time will tell. Right now, like I said, my current plan is hold my shares in the Fidelity, see if the gray market happens. My TradeStation shares are automatically supposed to transfer over. And as soon as that happens, I'll get some screenshots from TradeStation showing that transfer out and posting them up on here, and we'll see if they do that. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. I'll catch y'all next video, guys. Peace.